Hi everybody, Beverly Sartain here with Recovery Life Management, and I am going to give you 3 reasons that you may find yourself not thriving right now in your recovery. The first one is going to be mindset. So mindset is one of the most important areas to focus on when you are new to recovery and when you've been in recovery for a long time and you're trying to up level. So that's why it's such a great thing to continue to work on. I actually work on mindset every single day. It's one of my daily practices that I always make sure to get in, because when I am thinking more positive thoughts, better feeling thoughts, then I'm going to create a better feeling reality for myself. So this is a really big area of opportunity for most people because we're very self-critical. We have a lot of judgment, we have resentments, we just have a lot of negativity that we're holding on to in our consciousness. And I learned very early on that if that doesn't change, then how would your life change? So you really want to be tending the weeds in your mind and plucking and pulling out all the weeds that don't really set yourself up for having a really great life. So mindset is definitely key. And there's a lot of different ways that you can work on mindset. You can do affirmations. I teach a tool called Ideal Scene. There's another tool called A Living Vision. There's meditation. There's mental rehearsals. I mean, there's just tapping, is used for the mind as well. So there's so many tools out there to be used around mindset, and I really encourage you to explore that area, because if you can transform your mind and learn how to work with your thoughts, then you are going to be able to create a really beautiful life for yourself. The second thing that really gets people stuck and stumped is focus. So, and I totally get it. It's really hard to know what to focus on in recovery because there's so much to focus on, right? When I first started, I had so much going on and it felt like there was a lot of mess to clean up, and maybe you can relate to that. So I get it. I get that the focus could be an area that's challenging for people. But what I do want you to know is that when you take away substances, which has been a coping for you, you have to have something to replace that coping mechanism. And oftentimes we don't know what to replace it with. And that's why you've got to go on an exploration and you've got to learn what it is that you want to put in place as your new way of being, since now we've taken away your old way of being. So that takes discovery. And I want you to think about it that way. It's discovery. Like, I had to learn self-compassion as a new skill. I had to learn self-forgiveness as a new skill. I had to learn how to take responsibility. That was one of the first skills that I had to learn before I could even really embark on the recovery journey. So it can be challenging to know what to focus on, but I definitely encourage you to be aware of what your consciousness wants to work on. So just whatever is present for you. If you're upset about something, that's what you need to work on. There'll be like a certain past issue that comes up for you a lot, or there will be certain thoughts that come up for you a lot. There might be a certain feeling that shows up for you a lot. That's an indicator of what you need to work on, what you need to focus on. And keep learning new skills, new tools, so that you can eventually find a new way of being for yourself. And then the last area that a lot of people miss is practice. And so I want you to think of practice as like you practice an instrument, you practice a sport, you have a yoga practice, or you have a meditation practice. We've all heard these words before, but practice, I want you to really think of like embodying that. You want to embody a practice so that it becomes a part of you. It becomes your new way of operating, your new way of being. This is how you show up. And so you want to practice new tools, new skills, and you want to also really embody them so it becomes a part of who you are. So practice is very important. I can't tell you how many people I talk to that don't have a recovery practice. So I want you to think about doing a practice either on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis, meaning that there's certain things you do daily, there's certain activities you do weekly, and there's certain activities you do monthly. I'll give you a couple examples. So for daily, I do a daily mindset activity. That's what I do. I do it every single day. No negotiations. It's just going to happen. Then for the weekly, I know I'm not going to go to the gym 7 times a week. That's just setting myself up for failure, and I'm not going to do that. I know I can get to the gym at least 3 times a week, so I do that. And then monthly, I tend to do some type of body work, so either Reiki or massage I've done, or going somewhere, like doing a trip, like a weekend trip, or just a day trip somewhere because I like to travel, so getting that kind of a thing, or maybe a meetup, some type of meetup that just meets once a month. So that's another way you can set up your practice. That's very, very cool, very easy, and keeps it fun and fresh. So these are the 3 areas that I want you to focus on, because these are the reasons that you might not be thriving right now. It's mindset, resolving what's unresolved inside of you, resolving negativity inside of you, focus, so focusing on new skills, trying new things, and then the last one is practice. So making sure that you are being really intentional with your recovery and your healing process and practicing, creating a practice that you can engage and get some consistency and be regular about it. I hope this was helpful today. I'd love to hear your comments. And if you want to know more about working with me one-on-one, reach out to me. We can see if it's a fit or not. It's all good. No strings attached. Let's have a conversation. Wishing you the best.